That's the Way Love Goes. A conversation on relationship dynamics featuring Apostle Vince, Lady B, and special guests Angelo and Bishop Kim.
Wow. And yes, that's the way love goes.
Yeah.
Welcome tonight to episode 3
Yeah.
of our time together live with my beautiful, amazing, anointed, powerful, resilient wife, B. And it's great to be here tonight. I'm Apostle Vince. I would rather just be called Vince in this segment because, I want this to be personal. Babe, what's up? Talk to us tonight. What's clicking and what's sticking with you?
Nothing much. Just excited about what God is going to do in tonight's episode, because
Yes.
I believe a lot of people will be healed, will be transformed, also renewed, and just with enriching information in regards to just being in a relationship, whether you are dating, whether you are looking to get married, whether you are already married. I'm just so excited because I believe you all will be blessed tonight. And we have some amazing special guests with us tonight.
You
So I'm
already
so
know.
excited.
Yeah,
Family.
Yes, you saw the intro. It's no secret. We put it out there. We introed them. Bishop Kim and Angelo. I'll let them tell what's going on, but we are excited that they are here and a part of That's the Way Love Goes. Last week we had an amazing time.
We did.
Man, I tell you, it was so enriching with Pastor Jeff and Luana Hannon.
Yeah.
And just in case you missed it, we'd like to give you just a little snippet of what went on last week during the episode number 2. Check this out.
When I tell you, I thank God for her, because you remember what God pulled you out of, and you see the blessing He had for you. And I realized something that I had to go through that to be a better man of God for her. And so from time to time, you know what I asked her? I said, how can I serve you better? Because I want to make sure that I'm serving her heart according to how God wants me to serve her.
Yeah.
And so when I think about what God pulled me out of and what God has for me, when I met her, man, I'll tell you that this is the best life ever for me. Being married to Luana is a blessing.
Man, was that so good? Let me tell you, just real quick. We got so much feedback in regards to that episode on how men in the relationship were truly blessed, and they also were crying. Pastor Hannon really brought a different perspective to that episode, and it was just so heartfelt. You saw my face. Pastor was like, you need to change your face, girl. So I was like, oh my goodness, look, because I just get so in tune to the story of when people are just sharing, and especially if it's just, heartfelt and emotional. Like, I'm just that type of person. So I love. And it was an amazing episode. If you missed it, go back and check it out. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
They were a blessing.
Let me tell you something. I love love too.
You love love?
I love love because I love you.
I love you too.
I love God.
I love
you
God
don't
too.
love God?
Oh, God, don't
What's
start.
up with you? All right, we have, without further ado, our guest for the night.
Yes.
The one and only, the incomparable, the anointed. And with her tonight.
Woo! You know what? We should have had some music playing in the background for
I know.
this.
Oh, man. We should have had some music. But here we are with
Do
Bishop
you want to
Kim.
sing? You want to sing us something as you bring them on?
Okay. It's so amazing to be loved. I'll follow you to the moon and the sky above. Ooh. Oh, what's up, y'all?
Hey, Angelo, singing with you.
Yeah,
Ooh, I love. That was Luther
Yeah.
right there.
Luther,
Hey,
that's the-
Bishop Kim and Angelo.
Man, thank you for having us.
Thank you
Welcome.
so much for being with us. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
We're
That was the
looking at
old
our
Luther.
family.
Yes.
Wow. Come on in. The lines are getting like they are firing up. Come on, let's drop some fire in the chat for Bishop Kim and Angelo. And we're going to
Yes.
hear real fast what's going on with these super guys. So thank you. Yeah.
We have 3 topics, but before we get into the topics, because I know we're going to have so much fun and good conversation. Do you want to share a little bit about how your story and how you guys met?
Baby, you tell them.
Oh,
Hey, so I have been having Angelo on with me for the last month on my
Wow.
YouTube channel, and everybody's like, let him talk.
Yep.
Yeah, of course, you know.
You
Yeah.
want to tell him?
Free labor.
Oh my gosh.
When you date, hey,
Yes.
when you dating a pastor, you know, you got to count your IOUs. So I got a bag of IOUs in this box here, you know.
hey, you're giving me some tips, Angelo.
So, you know, you got to count this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow.
Remember I did this here, right?
That's good. That's good.
Well, you know what? I moved down here to Buckhead last year, and there's a lot of really cute little restaurants around town, and I went into one in January with my brother and his wife.
Yeah.
And I saw this fine man across,
Ooh.
and we just stared at each other.
Oh, and this was in a restaurant?
Yes, it was in a restaurant here in Buckhead, and he walked by and was like, "Man, those wings look good." That was his shot.
Yeah, that was my shot. I took my shot.
You was running. Oh my God, you were running game. OG.
Yeah, I had the weak. That was a weak shot, though. You know what I'm saying? I forgot I had game. You know.
And then
I know that feeling.
And 3 months later, I was right back there, and we met each other again there, and we've been inseparable since.
Yeah.
Tell him your way.
Well, my way was. I want to say that I was with a friend of mine, and it was probably somewhere around March, and he wanted to sit outside, and your brother and his wife was there, and he wanted to like the fireplace, and you guys was over there by the fireplace, and he asked, you don't mind if we sit there, and can I light the fireplace? And I'm like, man, he just gonna butt it in. And so they like, sure, let's light the fireplace and everything. And
Wow.
And I was behind Kim, so she couldn't see me.
Oh wow.
And my friend already came there and sat down and brought his food and everything there. I'm looking at him like, wow, man. I'm still sitting down, and by that time she turned around and looked like
What did I do?
that him. That he
That him. That be him. That be him.
That be him. That be him.
Ooh wee. That be him. Oh my gosh.
You do.
So I came over and stuff and talked and sat down by her, and I was like, hey, you know, can I sit down by you? And she like, oh sure. She was already had the room already. Sit down by you.
She slapped her purse off the chair like, yeah, sit right here.
Girl, I had cleaned the whole sofa off. Every pillow.
She already had it reserved for me to come sit down. Like all this, you can have all this here. Yeah.
Wow. Now,
Yeah.
let me ask you this, Angelo, did you really know who she is?
No,
You,
because I was signing some autograph. I thought I was kind of known myself for playing a little sports and running into people, and I got a couple athletes over here and stuff. This is Buckhead, this is Atlanta. So I'm
yeah.
thinking, like, man, I see a couple friends. They got their own TV shows and everything, and I'm like, but she told me she was a motivated speaker.
Oh, that's a
A
Yeah.
good
motivational
one.
I
speaker.
was like, he is never
Yeah.
going to talk to me if he knows I'm a preacher.
Oh my God,
Yes,
that's so
I'm a
good.
preacher.
And I say, well, I got a lot of books of motivated speakers and stuff, a lot of books. So is it Tony Robbins type, or is it Les Brown? Is it
Right.
Eric Thomas, the hip hop
Yeah.
preacher? So I was getting close, you know
The
what I'm
hip
saying?
hop
The
preacher.
hip hop preacher. There you go.
I was getting close, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was close, I'm
And
like,
then I said, my crazy brother
yeah.
said, we're both preachers. And I was like, oh God.
And I
Not
got-
one, but two.
Oh,
and I kind of ask questions like Law and Order, you know what I'm saying? And I got this sales background for 25 years, so I'm gonna figure out in a minute, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Gotcha.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
come on, Tyler Taylor. Tyler
Yeah.
Taylor said you didn't lie. You are a motivational speaker too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, that's good. That,
So,
oh, wow.
When
so
she
the-
was talking, I said, well, you sound kind of aggressive. Yeah, I did. I
Yo,
said,
he
"You sound
said-
aggressive."
when you were sitting on the couch,
Yeah,
Yes.
I said, you sound aggressive. So I'm thinking like motivated speaker. It's like the Mask show or something. I'm trying to figure it out.
Hey, and he said you sound aggressive. Y'all know how hard and how long that I have worked for myself. I've worked on myself to not be aggressive.
And I
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was like, aggressive.
I said, yeah, like Paula White.
Oh,
So I was already figuring it out already. I was figuring it out like Paula White.
wow.
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
And then at the end of the night, I was like, put my phone number in your phone. We're gonna be BFFs. I was like, boy,
Oh.
you ain't getting away from me.
Oh my God.
goodness.
You're like, hey, what's your
So who was the first one that called?
Oh, I called.
Oh.
Well, I saw him, y'all. I saw him the next day on my prayer call. I saw his name pop up and I about died.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
sitting there in my jammies in my bed and I see his name pop on and I was like, oh crap.
Oh.
And after that prayer call, he sent me a text. And I guess on the prayer call, I was laughing at my nose or something. Cause I'm always putting myself in my stories through my prayer call.
yeah.
And I was talking about my nose. And after it was over, he sent me a text and he said, I love your nose.
Yeah.
I think I need a Kleenex for this episode.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm buying these badges every day. Too, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I haven't been on nobody.
Because y'all know on Instagram, you buy badges.
Yeah.
Oh,
That is so funny.
I bought enough badges like for steaks. Steak dinner. I'm buying these badges. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm like, oh, buy these badges. I look.
You're trying to get
I
her
don't even know what I'm doing on this.
Get her
I don't even know what I'm doing on this Instagram.
And you were trying
stuff.
to, get up on like the, the status. You were moving up. It's like, this is one of your loyal.
Yeah, it's costing me to learn this stuff here, this IG and all this stuff. So
He wanted to be on your algorithm.
Ooh.
baby, I love that.
And I'm buying the high one too. That ain't even 99 cents. I'm spending the $4.99. I'm like, hey y'all, yeah.
Oh.
And she like, thanks for the badges. I'm like, it's me.
The wing guy.
Yeah. Well,
Oh
awesome.
man, I love it.
Awesome.
And
That is
tell
so
him about you going through before he really knew I was a preacher, before he got on that prayer call. What did you do the night you met me?
Yeah, when she gave me her IG, she had like 25,000 posts. I'm like, who got that many posts? Like, what are you doing? I'm looking, I'm scrolling, and it's like 10 o'clock. at night, I'm falling asleep. I'm trying to see if she got any swimsuit pictures or anything. I'm trying to think, cause I don't know.
He said, I just need to make sure. I want to make sure what I was working with. I was like, what? I'm so glad I started working out hard in January.
Oh my gosh. I
Still
love
haven't told
that.
me who she is and no preacher. I'm like, what? Did she just get up in the morning and stuff in her pajamas in the bed? You know, and I'm like,
That was just 20.
Super.
That was 24. Now he knows.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man. So I know that you guys are engaged.
Yes.
And that was kind of shared. Yes. So congratulations to the both of you.
Thank you.
This question is for Angelo. How did you know she was the one, and when was the perfect time?
Well, I think, when someone catch you off guard and you feel something different, because I've been on the dating scene. So when I relocated from Florida and stuff, so I kind of been in Atlanta for about 13 years. And when you kind of come to Atlanta, and when women meet you and they like, oh, how long you been here? Oh, I've been here for about 2 days. Oh, you like new meat. So I'm kind of being attacked, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
forcing myself to go out with people
Yeah.
that they wanted to go out. So it was kind of different that we got a chance to know each other and stuff and just kind of fall in love with each other, get to know each other and stuff without any pressure,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For like 6 months, we didn't tell anybody. We were just like falling in love. My staff knew, so they were letting me fall in love, and it was just really special. How did you know, though? She said, how did you know that you were in love?
That you were special. She was special from anyone else that I ever been out with. So I know it was different,
Yeah.
It was like more of a feeling that you felt and was like, okay, yeah, this is it.
Yeah, it was
so
like
I was just asking for other men out there that are dating, and when they are, when they get to that moment and they're like, okay, how do I know this is like the one, or so.
Well, you have to feel that peace. So once you feel that peace, you'll know. When you feel that peace, then you know it.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can lay everything. You can lay everything down when you're at peace.
Yeah. I hear you, Deacon Angelo. I hear you. I hear you, Deacon. I know that. It was amazing because B was actually coming to the church and I didn't know who she was.
Yeah.
I
didn't see him in that aspect that we would date. I was in a different season in my life. I was like married and, dealing with some, just situations and kind of like moving towards divorce. So I was kind of like exiting. And so I would come into church. I would sit in the back, listen to the word, because I was so hurt and broken at the time and going through so much. And so I would just come in, sit in the back. I was not involved in the church. And then after the message was over, then I would sneak out and just leave.
And you never noticed her, Apostle?
Vince, just call me Vince. Okay. So not really, more so when an opportunity came for me to engage with her. She was working in nonprofit at nonprofit agency, Big Brothers Big Sisters. Mm-hmm. And I came and I did like a little prayer or something. And the first year you were like the assistant or something to the leader. The next year I went, she was over the whole program. So even the first year that I went, I wasn't paying attention to her.
Yeah.
I couldn't pay attention to her.
Yeah.
And she couldn't pay attention to me.
Yeah.
We were not in a pay attention season.
Yeah.
I get it.
Right.
But the next year things had changed.
Yeah, I was divorced. He was divorced.
And so I walked out. She walked out on that stage and started talking about. It's kind of like Coming to America.
No.
When Eddie Murphy saw the. He's like, oh, and he put that big offering in the plate.
Oh,
when she came out there, I was like, oh my goodness. I'm
And
like,
then,
oh my.
You
then the
saw
pastor,
hearts.
yeah,
Yeah, I saw
well,
her heart.
yeah.
I really did.
And I was
Then the pastor.
then the pastor slipped me his phone number. I said, the pastor gave me his number. I'm not calling the pastor. I said, I was like, oh no, like this is not happening.
Chicken wings. Chicken wings. Angelo, chicken. I mean,
ways.
I had to get in there some kind of way, man.
Yeah. So yeah, and I didn't call, and it was I think like 3-4 weeks later. One of
Because
my
she didn't
friends.
give me her number.
Yeah,
Nope.
no,
She didn't give me her number.
no.
Were you thinking about him?
No, I would, if anything, I was just like, the pastor gave me his number. I was like, yeah, I'm not calling. And then one of my good friends, she was like, did you ever call the pastor? I was like, no. I was like, why would I call the pastor? I was like, that no. And so then
Because you are going through something and you need some spiritual guidance.
No.
Yeah.
So then then I went to church. My friend was like, I need to go to church and then like with you. So I brought her to church and she said, I want the pastor to pray for me. Will you go up with me? I said, no, girl, you got this. Go to the front. And then she was like, no, come on. And so I said, fine. So I said, I'll stand by support, but I'll kind of be like, away while he's praying for you. So he prayed and then he like leaned over and he was like, hey girl, can you still call me? Like, I need to talk to you. I said, no, not the pastor.
Y'all exposing me.
3 weeks later.
He was shooting his shot. He like, you ain't getting away from me this time.
Yeah. And
No
then I
way.
think it was the Alabama game or something like that.
And you called, yeah.
Yeah, because my friend was over. She was like, did you call the pastor? And I said, no. And she said, girl, call him. It might be something serious. And I said, oh, you know what? I need to get my mind out the gutter and call the pastor because it might be something like, spiritual related.
He may have a word for you or something.
And she had her Alabama shirt on, getting ready to go watch the national championship game.
Yeah. That was one of the games.
She's gonna go watch the national championship game or something, and then the rest is history. But the rest is history. But when she was standing on that stage, though, I was like, okay, this is it. And it's like, Angelo, what you're saying is, you hit that place, and then nothing else. You see nothing else. Nothing else matters.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
And I was like, this is it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Love it. So then last question, then we'll go into the topics. When did you know the time was right? Because I saw some pictures and I thought it was so sweet, but like, how did you come about like coordinating or when, about just proposing?
I mean, for me, I had to take her mind for she was so busy now. And I started watching her being on the road. And I started watching her not just alive. I started seeing post stuff where she's somewhere out in different states and stuff. And I was like, hey, I'm thinking about a little getaway somewhere. So I went to a little beach for about 3 days, kind of took her mind off everything. And she never had any time to any downtime, so we kind of like knew we was going to be spending time together and stuff, kind of relax and stuff and walking the beach. So that was kind of cool for us.
He said that when we went on that vacation that he took me to see if I had time for him.
Yeah.
And one thing that I discovered in my last relationship was I believe a lot of the downfalls of my relationships were I always put ministry over relationships. And so with Angelo, it was so different. I felt almost like my father, like that protection that I always wanted, that covering, that going out of his way, the kindness, right? And that's where I was, Tanya Taylor. Everybody's just putting pieces together now.
Yeah.
And he said, I just wanted to make sure that there was space for me in your world. And that weekend really solidified for us. He felt like home.
Yeah.
And it was probably about 2 months in. And I was like, man, this dude, he is completely different than anything that I've ever encountered in my life. He is clean. He's got good credit. He, you know, and he keeps his Experian app open on his phone, so I'm seeing all this
That's
stuff.
crazy.
I'm watching the way he interacts with his kids, and that trip was what really solidified it for us. You know, was
And
just
I think I was going on business in that area, so I was like, well, this will be fine
yeah.
for you, so you can still do your thing on your laptop, and she probably had double her views because she could see the ocean from the balcony and stuff too. So everybody want to know where you at. And I'm like, please don't tell nobody where you at.
Right.
Yeah.
And so she's asking you, when did you think? When did you come up with that? What made you decide it's time to propose?
Well, I knew when you put me first, and I knew it would be the right time. I knew this would be the time. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait and say, well, I had to date someone 5 years, 3 years. I think you're wasting someone time. And
We knew.
yeah, we knew.
Y'all, we
Yeah.
communicate. This
Yeah.
dude right here over communicates.
Yes, I
Wow.
love that.
He's a communicator, and we talk through. I mean, y'all, in the first week that we were talking, one night he sat down and he was like, "I need you to tell me everything," and I'm like, "Everything?" Like we just started dating, but you could tell that this was different. Like both of us could really tell that this thing's different. Like this relationship's different. And in our 50s, you ain't got time to play. You know, you're grown. You know how to work through fights, all that stuff. And he said, I need
Yeah.
you to tell me everything. And I was like, everything? He was like, I just don't want to be out. Because we'll be walking the street to go to a restaurant. And somebody's yelling out the window, real talk, Kim. And he's like, I just don't want to be in a situation where
Right.
Yeah.
somebody says something and I'm caught off guard. And
Yeah.
when I tell y'all, man, it was like that first night, all the blood left my body. I had to tell him about, I mean, more than I've ever told, I didn't sleep around. I've only, I'm a marrying type of woman, but it was those marriages that I was ashamed of. It was,
Yeah.
just stuff in my life that I had to come clean with. There, it's in my books, but telling
Right.
that person that you're crazy about, like I was crazy about him. Like he was
Yeah.
the most solid, well-rounded man that I had encountered since my father. Like just an integrable, loving man. And I didn't want to mess it up. And
Yeah.
he sat right there calm as a cucumber. And I just told him, just told him everything. And then he told me everything. And so that night was another solidifying.
Yeah.
It was like, man, there's nowhere but up from here. And so we knew we were going to get married. We knew right off. We talked about it. We're going to get married. And of course, I was the first white girl that his family. I mean, his family. He never even took women home to meet his family. And
Wow.
so I knew we were going somewhere when I started getting to meet his family. And we took our time. We
Yeah.
really took our time. I think
Yeah.
6 months in, and he got leaked on my Instagram, and his friends were texting saying, "Is this you?"
Oh no.
That's how private we were. That we were learning each other, we were really learning each other.
Yeah.
And so we were thick as thieves by 6 months.
All right.
Oh, I love it.
Wow.
I love that story.
Amazing.
Well,
Amazing.
I think too, like for Bishop Kim, you put your life out there, right? And so many people like know so many things about you, kind of like your divorces and things like that. And so I think this time around, everyone was kind of like cheering because it was like, yes, like, like finally, because,
Well,
hold on.
yeah.
Let me finish my
Not
sentence.
everybody was cheering. You know
Wait.
what I'm saying, Bishop?
Hold up,
Keep on going.
Pastor.
We
Slow
gonna talk.
down.
We gotta talk about that too. Come on, just be close to you.
I feel like as women, when we go through divorce or, just being a single parent, you feel shame, because no one never wants to get divorced. You want your relationship to like thrive, and especially when there's children involved. And so going through all of that pain, and just going through when you with your dad, and just all of the men, like the men in your life, just like I have gone through those things too. Like women go through these. This is real. And so to see someone at the end finally find the person that they ultimately love, and it's just warm, kind, loving, genuine, like how you said you guys communicate, like that's what every woman wants.
Yeah.
At the ends of all of the pain and the hurt they've been through, they want to find a man like that. So I thank you guys for, just being open about your relationship. And I'm so happy to see what God continues to do, because I think so many women are going to be healed by this, and also be expecting and say, oh man, if it can happen to you, it can also happen to me.
Well, and you know what, Lady B, I would have never found, God would have never connected us, because
Mhm.
I really believe that if I wouldn't have allowed the last 3 years,
Mm,
4 years to
Mhm.
really look in a mirror at myself,
so
like
good.
I had to, why? I'm the culprit here. Like I can't walk around and just say, this man did this to me, this man did this. No, I was right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so I really allowed myself to heal. I started taking care of me. I thought like a wife. Like obviously I was a glutton for wanting love. I
Yeah.
wanted my mom and dad's 52-year relationship, and I kept jumping. I didn't want what I was anymore. I wanted what God had for me. And so this man right here would have never, ever, ever looked at me if I would have been the old Kim, the loud,
Yeah.
chunky butt. This is how it is. I had to learn how to let him lead. Like we are engaged, and I listened to this man. Like he comes first. And that old Kim would have never ever done that. So for all the women that are watching us tonight that are wanting a spouse, it is God's desire to give you an incredible man of God like Vince and Angelo.
Yeah.
But if we haven't gotten it yet, we got to stop and ask ourselves why.
Mhm.
Because God never puts the desire on the inside of us for companionship, for a protector, for
Yeah.
someone that protects us, that the first thing they think about is us. They guard us. This man, it is the sexiest thing ever. When someone is coming at me, he said, no, 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 no. What you're not going to do is come after my girl. I've
Yeah.
never had that, but I couldn't have gotten it if I wasn't healed, if I wasn't at the place where God could bring him into my life, because he wouldn't have put up with it. This is a black brother. Black brothers don't put up with. I remember one night, y'all, because I had gone out on a date. Like I had an old friend that we had become really good friends, and we tried the dating thing. But listen, this is like the first black man that we got love. We respect and honor each other, and it's not just a friendship, but it is companionship. And
Mhm.
so I learned really quickly. He told me a few times in those first few months, you must not know you dating a black brother, because we don't do this. You're not gonna, no, we're not gonna do this today.
I love that. I
But
love
we gotta heal so we can get it. We
Yeah.
gotta heal so that we can allow a man to come. I don't care if you are a businesswoman making multi-millions of dollars. We all want a man to come in, and that damsel in distress is gonna be, or that alpha female is gonna be like, what you want?
Yeah.
So if you want it, you gotta heal so you can get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love
Absolutely.
that. And that is so
That's
true.
amazing. I love that
Yeah.
part, like they say.
When
That
she acts up now, I just take her to the gym and just run her on the stairmaster a little bit longer. So I'm just like, I'll get you back. I'll get you back in the gym. When you get in the gym, I'm gonna run you. I'm gonna have some more weights and stuff. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get the rope over here. We're gonna jump some rope. I'm like, we're gonna stand here. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get you back.
That's your punishment.
Yeah.
that is
I
so
love
cool.
it. I love
That
it.
is cool. Man, this is good.
Yeah. You want to jump into like one of
You got it.
so
She's the question lady.
okay.
She has all the
So
questions.
this is like the one of the topics for tonight that we shared, because I remember in one of like your, I don't know if it was a podcast or one of your prayer calls, that you kind of said, I'm the pastor. He doesn't want to be a pastor. He has like his own journey. Like, and so it really, when this topic came up, I said, wow, this would be a good topic for you guys. Like, although you love each other, respect each other, support each other, but like, how do you maintain individuality in the relationship, but still, you know, kind of support each other's dreams?
Well, first of all, when she's been preaching here lately, the last 6 months and stuff, I've been dropping some of it and stuff to her. So
Oh, okay.
I don't have to get up there. I want to give it to her before she get up there. So I've been dropping some of it. So it's all good. So that's why we are who we are together as a whole. Yeah.
It's just so wonderful watching us evolve, because like I never knew. He treated me like such a lady. Like he brought the feminine, the soft side of me. And y'all know when I preach, I'm slinging hair and, and the thing that I love about him is he will, like, as I'm studying, he'll be like, tell me about what you're studying. And then he'll take his perspective of it. And every service I'm dropping stuff that Angelo gave me, because it's just the coolest thing. I never knew how God could bring a pastor. I always thought I was going to have to marry a pastor. And so I was ready to stay single because I don't want a pastor. I didn't want to marry a pastor. I didn't know how it would work because I have been married before. And I know they always try to move in, and then there's conflict in the relationship. And watching us evolve has been like the coolest thing ever, because it's almost like when God is in it, you just fall into your path. There's no push. There's no shove. He's my protector. Everybody thinks he's my, for the first 8 months, they thought he was my security guard. They thought he was my, they thought he was my trainer. And so what we found is God has just really brought us into this beautiful place of allowing each other to just be who God's called us to be. And I don't know, Lo might end up being one of the best preachers on the planet the way he's going. But he will never be forced. No. I will never be that pastor that makes him get up and play the piano and sing. I will never push him. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the church world would do. The church world will make him feel like he's got to get up and hold a mic. No, he don't. This man can do whatever he wants to do. He sits on that front row and smiles. He sends me texts, y'all. He'll send me a text when I'm on the road, and he'll be like, I know you've been traveling all day, but you're my Kobe Bryant. You're my Michael Jordan. You better get up there. I know you got this, baby girl. Win the world. And man, that right there. So I'm going to always let him be him, and he'll always let me be me. And it's beautiful because God's just bringing our story just like this. And our church loves him. I mean, he's on that front row with me, and the church honors him. And I mean, he's brilliant. He's got the marketing end of it. And so it's amazing. God knew exactly what I needed, and he brought this missing piece.
Yeah. I always heard a lot of things. People always say, oh man, is he saved? He in the church? And I'm like, well, I've been going to church. I probably got baptized before they was born. And the thing is that a lot of times, people say, I'm church hurt, but a lot of times you haven't found the right church. And so sometimes when I start going to church, really going to church, so I'm in church now. I can't, I'm like, I'm ready. I'm ready to see which clothes I'm putting on, because it's almost like most people, like, they get ready to go buy an outfit for the club. I'm buying this here for church. Oh, do you see? And you got to get excited about that. Once you get excited about something, then you got a connection with that church, with that pastor, So you ain't got a real good church home, Limitless. we can get you excited, we can get you excited. We can get you excited.
Come on,
baby. Anytime, and then when I feel like I'm connected, because I'm on the outside looking in. So a lot of time, as most pastors, that we don't realize that some of us are probably dated, that we're not connected to the people on the outside. To bring them in inside.
So he's got the outside, I got the inside. He brings them, we clean them up.
So
there you go.
Yeah. So I always say, if you're looking for me, you're looking to talk to me, you know where I be at.
He tells us, y'all, he will literally, people will call him and he'll be like, meet me at church on Sunday. I'm like, Angelo is the greatest soul winner of anybody that I know.
Wow, awesome.
Look at that.
this is,
Man.
And I would have missed
Oh.
out, y'all, if I
Yeah.
would have allowed the Christian world to put me in a box of what they thought
Yeah.
I should have. Right? I would never have met him because
Yeah.
he is literally everything that I had ever prayed for. And I would have missed it because he wasn't up slinging spit and preaching.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we'll just always let each other be.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that you got to be yourself, and people always ask, go to church. Yeah, I was going to Warnock on Sundays, probably at 7:45 in the morning, preparing my week, because
Wow.
I am the number one salesperson in the country. That's how I prepare.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah, and between Bronner, also going to Bronner Church also as
Right.
well. So a lot of times when people don't know you, they
Mm.
try to judge you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we got
Yeah.
that a lot.
So,
We
yeah.
got that a lot in the
Yeah.
beginning. Church people giving
Yeah.
us their opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And listen, you can talk about me all
Yeah.
you want. I'm used to y'all talking about me, but don't you
Yeah.
touch him.
Yeah.
I will take these earrings off.
Nope.
You
Oh,
will
my
throw some oil on them.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I will anoint you.
Yeah, don't do it.
Oh boy,
But
y'all.
it almost
great.
felt like for a moment that I had to protect him, from
Yeah.
the church, because the church is the only entity that will literally kill their wounded. And I was just like,
Okay.
man, you ain't gonna mess this up. Like, this is the first person that I literally was like, he was next to God. Like, I knew this, I'm protecting this.
Yeah.
So that's how you do it. You just fall in love with that person and then let them be. Stop trying to change them. After
Yeah.
you get them, what did you fall in love with?
Yeah.
And now you're trying to change them. You fell in love with them.
There you
So
go.
keep reminding yourself of that, and you can let each other be their best.
That's very good, and I amazing, because I oftentimes tell people that you're right. The Holy Spirit is the change agent, number one,
Mm-hmm.
and you cannot be the Holy Spirit if you continue to nag a person about what you want them to do to change. You're trying to replace the Holy Spirit. The other thing I always try to tell people is this: if that person never changes, can you love them in the state that they're in?
Come on.
Will you love them there?
Yeah.
So we love them with this crazy kind of love early on, and then we change. Our love is not agape now. It moves more to, phileo, and you scratch my back. So just, can you love that person unconditionally?
So good.
And can you just stay in that place that if they never change,
So good.
if they never change, can you still stick with 1 Corinthians 13? Love is patient, love is kind, it doesn't find fault, it's not looking at doing evil. Can you stick right there? If they never change. So that is so right, and we have to continue to go back to the places where we really, a lot of times when people date, they operate more in unconditional love than when they get married.
Man.
We do a lot of sacrificing when we're dating, and then when we get married, we get complacent.
Yeah. And you got it. Hey, listen, when we started dating, he said, let's talk about this. He said, the way we look, I know we're going to age. He said, but we going to stay looking like this. Our bodies, we're going to keep taking care of ourselves. We're going to keep honoring each other. We're going to keep loving each other. We're going to keep respecting each other. So we talk about this stuff all the time. Like, can you love this person?
Yeah, and I got that out. So
I love that.
I'm getting back, because when she met me,
oh gosh, that's both of us.
because of what I was going through, working out was therapy.
Yeah.
Right.
I went at it hard. And so when she saw me, and she saw the pipes bulging, and
y'all still are gorgeous. Whatever, y'all are gorgeous.
When she saw that stuff, she was like, ooh, that the pastor? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just cutting up. But I got you, Angela. I got you, because I have, being a former athlete, that was a big part of my life. And so then I was kind of there, when we met, and I have
Become
regressed
complacent.
and become
Y'all look
complacent.
so good.
I have become complacent. You know,
You're motivating him, Lo. You're
yeah, you're
motivating him.
motivating me.
You got
I'm gonna have
And
to.
Kim, you're motivating me. But let me tell you this quick story about Pastor Kim. One time we went out to eat, and I was like, "Hey, girl, I've been on my Peloton," and she was like, "Peloton, girl, I don't get on no bike."
And now we see the
now
video.
look at her.
Look at her. She in the gym. She on her bike. I
That
saw
was
that
like-
too.
I was the type of girl that if you saw me running, you better run too, because somebody's chasing me.
She was like, I ain't getting on no Peloton. And then I think not too long ago, I saw you on the bike. I said,
I did.
Look at her.
I did. We saw y'all in that gym. Y'all were in that gym. Yes.
Like
On
our
that
escape. The gym's like our escape, you know? It's like
I
Yeah.
we
love
walk through
that.
that gym. We're like in our 50s, and I'm like, babe, we look better than the 30-year-olds up in here.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. I love that.
Now,
for
I'm
you
not going
guys.
to tell y'all how old I'm about to be this year.
Oh, God. Here we go.
I can't even tell y'all that.
Because you know you look great.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine as cat hairs.
Because black don't crack. We black don't crack.
Man, I
It
don't
don't
know,
even count.
girl. This is not black. This is caramel latte.
Oh, Lord
Caramel
Jesus.
latte. It's a caramel latte.
I
Lord
will be
Jesus.
60 this year.
Man,
Oh man, no.
you look
So
great.
we're gonna go at it, Lo. I'm telling you, I'm gonna go at it. And when we see each other again, hey man, we're gonna strike a pose together.
Oh, goodness.
I'm coming guns loaded,
I
bro.
love it. I love these
I'm
muscles.
coming guns loaded.
Oh.
It don't take long. That's muscle memory.
I know,
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
it doesn't really for me.
Yeah.
And
Men.
And so the other thing I'm gonna do is when we see each other again, I'm gonna put, because last time, you know, we were eating salmon in the green room from the food truck.
Oh, my goodness.
So I'm gonna get me some glasses.
Oh, God. Look at the motivation, though.
I'm gonna load these guns up, and we gonna do this thing.
Hey, the guys got to come with it, you know.
You gotta come with it,
The
man.
guys got to come with it. You got to be a leader. How she gonna, you know,
Yeah.
how she gonna follow you to the gym now?
Yeah,
I
you're
am.
right.
I
You
You're
got
right.
to lead. Yeah. Now she's
gotta
like,
lead.
let's,
I gotta
and now
do
she's
it.
like, let's go 5 days a week. I said, hold on, wait a minute now, wait a minute.
Let the muscles
Yeah.
muscles rest a little bit.
I need some recovery. I'm like,
Need some
I just feel so
recovery.
much
That's
better.
right.
Yo, I feel so much better, man. I feel better than I have in my whole life, like even in my 20s.
Wow.
Like
Wow.
we are in control of our bodies, and I preach better feeling great. I preach better with my fat not hanging out over my clothes, you know?
Yes.
So we're gonna keep at it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you
I
guys
know,
look-
and people laugh at me because I'll say things from the pulpit as well. I think if when I can laugh at me, then you know I don't worry about when people laugh.
Me
We do
neither.
have feelings, but I would tell them about the fact that I was coming to the pulpit, you know, when I was 220 pounds or more, and I always had on a Spanx.
No.
What is it called?
Yeah, I always had on a
Man girdle.
Yes, and this is the thing. It wasn't the Tommy armor wasn't good enough. I had to put on a real body shaper.
Was that before me or
Yeah,
after
that was
me?
before you. That was before.
Wow.
So
okay.
even now, like I need to get rid of them, but a lot of the suits and things that I had, because I was bigger, you know, they like draped me.
Right.
So
Isn't that a good feeling?
yeah, I went in there, so I got some ways to go, but yeah, so this is cool. I mean,
Yeah.
just you know, because Bishop Kim, you know, the intensity of ministry and preaching, it's more intense than people know.
Ooh.
Right.
And when the Bible says that our bodies are the temple of the Holy Spirit, then we really have to take that seriously.
Yeah.
And
good.
So,
I'm-
lady, So Lady B gonna give you what to the end of April to get.
Well, I need to go with him because
Because
I have some goals too.
I'll snap it. Like
Yeah,
I'll snap it.
He will lose the weight quickly,
I'll
whereas
snap.
for me it takes longer.
I'll
60 days.
snap
You
and
can
I'll
do
be
it.
gone. And before you know it, I'll be back at 185, 190, and I'll be like, all right,
Yeah.
Oh,
let's
yeah.
do
I
it.
love it.
Yeah, 60
Yeah.
days. You can do it. You can
Big
do
time.
anything in 60 days.
Yeah.
30.
30. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. Well,
That's
we're gonna
good.
do it. We're gonna do
Let's
it.
do it. Let's do it. So you want to? What else? So
All right. So the next question, since you guys are in that possibly planning stage, can you guys give some tips of planning for how do couples plan together? How do couples plan their future together? I'm sorry.
and how you're planning your future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you planning for the next stage, the next phase?
For us, it is when we got engaged, it was almost like Angelo just knew, like I'm in that car with you. I'm going to church with you every Sunday. I'm protecting you. I got your back. He is watching over the church the whole time I'm preaching, like a daddy bear. We literally have, we've got a lot of things in the works right now, even just as a couple. We plan on building empires together, and
Awesome.
he's right there with me with churches. He's got a lot of wisdom in things that I don't have since my daddy's gone. With just building, expanding, and I think that when we get married, he'll probably move right on into this penthouse with me.
Oh.
And we'll get to watch the sun come up every day together and the sun go down. We talked about it, and I mean, this place, why wouldn't you just move in here? You know what I'm saying? Because those are things that you have to talk about in your 50s, because both of you built lives.
Yeah.
And so I would absolutely move where he wanted to go. But I think we've decided to do this.
Retire in Bermuda.
Yeah, he said we're going to retire. He's like, have you already started thinking about
I'm
pastors to
Aruba.
put in?
Aruba. Yeah, Aruba. Yeah, we'll be close by.
Hey, what's that church that they like stream in like their services, and they have like multiple locations? You can stream from Bermuda.
Yeah.
I can already tell, guys, that like even the blessings, the Bible says that when a man finds a woman, he finds a good thing, favor follows him, but it's the same as a woman. And I can already tell that the blessing that's going to follow us as a team, because we both have integrity, we both have character, we both love God first.
Yeah.
Our thoughts are protection of each other, and we look out for. He loves my family. I love his family, and so I think that when that happens, everything's in place. Like, who knows? We might already be married. Nobody know it. I'm just saying, like.
Hey, and that's your prerogative.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's your prerogative.
Yeah.
That's your grown folk business.
In this time, y'all, I really wanted it like that. I really wanted it.
Yeah.
My church is really good about letting me have my private life. I think whenever I walked through what I walked through 5 years ago, and it was so public, and I was like, man, I don't ever want to be a mockery to God. I always want to do things right. And so we are, we show what we want to show.
Absolutely.
And God honors that. And so I think that's how we're moving into this next season, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna keep building, I'm gonna keep building, and we're gonna build empires, baby.
I love it. I
Awesome.
love it.
Awesome.
What are some tips for like people that are dating, wanting to get married, or in that like stage? Like, what would you tell? Like, what are some tips that you can share if they wanted to build a future together? Like, what is something that would be most important for them to know to move in that direction?
For us, and I tell everybody this that follows me, it is to, in the beginning, don't talk too much the first 2 weeks. Like, don't be already putting your last name with his. Don't be telling him, this is where I stand. I'm not going to do this and I'm not going to do that, because you never know when
Yeah.
God comes on the scene and he's in something, how he can change a situation. And so I would say, don't put limitations on a limitless God in the beginning. If somebody comes in your life and you're like, man, this thing feels different. Like this is crazy. Allow God to move in that before you start putting your flesh in it. You
Yeah.
know, allow y'all have fun together, laugh together. Don't overthink things. Just
Mhm.
really enjoy yourself and
Yeah.
cultivate that relationship in the infant stage.
Yeah.
And then when y'all begin to talk about, the future together, what do you feel? He knew I was a preacher. He knew that there was limitations. He knew that I was a Christian woman. That's what he was attracted to. And so if I would have walked in and been laying the law and this is that, no, man, when I came home, I took that preacher hat off and
Yeah.
we laughed, we watched movies, we got to know each other. And then when we started getting that real good connection of just talking about our dreams together, it was like God brought it together. If
I love
I
it.
would have immediately laid out like all you Christian women do, that's why you're still single. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that. I'm
Yeah.
never gonna cook. I'm never gonna do this. Stop with all the list.
Yeah.
Throw the list out and allow God
That's so
to
good.
give you what you need. Your list is from when you were 18 years old. You ain't even that person anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw the list out
Wow.
and tell God, God, bring me what you desire for
Yeah.
me to have. And then help me keep my mouth shut. Because we women get emotional, man.
Yeah.
we be like, do you like me? Do you, oh, why did you look at her? Why did you, I don't feel like you're showing me attention like I'm showing you. And you're running the brother off
Yeah.
that God was bringing into your life.
Yeah.
Shut up, zip the lip, and fall in love.
Zip the lip and fall in love. That's a t-shirt right there.
Yeah, the Bible says it though. She calls me like Bible man, because I always put a scripture to everything. The Bible does say that many are the plans in a man's heart. So a lot of times we are quote unquote trying to craft it the way we want it,
Right.
and that really isn't the way God wants to direct us.
And
And
that's how I did it. Yeah,
yeah,
that's how I did it.
I mean, just being too independent. I mean, it's like they look at everybody will look at, okay, we all independent, we all self-made now.
Come on.
So what are we talking about?
Yeah.
We got to get to a relationship how we can work together and how we can be together. So it doesn't talk about you. I don't need to know that you're a CEO of Revlon. I don't care that you got your own Chick-fil-A. I
right.
don't care if you got your own church.
Mm-hmm.
Can I commingle? Can I get along with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
That's what it's about, you
Yeah.
know. Because it's the reason why you by yourself. Because I'd rather be single. No, you're single for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because somebody got to, we all have to find out what's wrong with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to figure that out.
So you can't
Yeah,
be too independent, man.
yeah. Because you know
Yeah.
what, it was something wrong with me.
Right.
I was blaming it on her.
Yeah.
But when you start pointing the finger, all you got to do, don't look out that window. Look in that mirror.
Yep.
man.
And that's what it's all about. I
Something
think
was wrong
also
with me. Yeah.
with us, just kind of hearing that story, I think with us, like the first like 3 years, we were like strictly friends. And I think I wanted to heal from what I had went through. I had gone through so much that I didn't want to get into another relationship. And so a lot of people were like, wow, like you guys were friends, like, that long. And it was almost like I was going to counseling, I was healing myself, and we didn't have labels. And that was one thing I said, I do not want labels because it puts pressure, like let's just enjoy each other's time. Let's enjoy each other. Let's become friends. And we actually became like the best of friends. And
Right.
that's how, the relationship unraveled from there. But it was becoming friends first, and really understanding each other, communicating. And I think that's so important where like a lot of women or just, relationships now, they they just rush into things. And for me, like not to bring that up, but my previous marriage, like we got married like in 6 months, like we didn't even know each other. And I think back now and I was like, what was I thinking? Like that was just like a move that I did not even consult with God. It was just like, just jump the broom, let's do it. And I had a son, and so I had to put him through that. So like after all of that situation happened, I said I can't do that to my son, and I can't do that to me. So it really took me a long time to say I need to fix myself, like how you said, Angelo, look in the mirror.
Right.
And I had to look at myself in the mirror and say, what's wrong with me? Because I did not want to repeat that cycle that I did in the past. And I knew that Vince was a good man as well, and a God-fearing man. And I was, just kind of wanting to be healed before we kind of came together.
Yeah.
And I think I said that. I said, you know what? And we talk about that oftentimes. I said, I said, if this doesn't, I knew what I wanted. So, but I said, if we don't get married, if this doesn't end up like that, I said, what I really want you to know is that there are some men that have the capacity to treat you like a woman.
Come on.
Right.
And I said, and so if God has someone more appropriate for you, I'm okay with that. I say, because sometimes people are not comfortable being John the Baptist.
Yeah.
But God told me that's okay. You keep your motives pure, and let her know that you're not trying to manipulate or play games.
Man, that's good.
We became really concerned about each other. So we were sharing our hurts and crying, but we were also laughing about life and things and cheering each other on. And she knew what I was going through because the shame I was going, Pastor Kim, it's not only a woman thing. As a pastor, I was going through that shame.
Yeah.
I was looking at the articles trying to, can a divorced pastor continue to, can a divorced preacher, can I keep pastoring? Do I need to leave the pulpit? I was hurting so bad. I cried almost every Sunday coming around that corner, getting ready to go in that pulpit. Because almost every Sunday I thought nobody would be there because I felt like a failure.
Yeah.
And I just, and Dr. Bill Winston and then my daddy said, I'll tell you the two things. Both of them asked me, they said, did you cheat? I said, no, sir. They said, did you beat her? Did you abuse her? Anything? I said, no, sir. I've never done that. And both of them told me, you better stand flat-footed and go back and preach. They said, you better go back. And Dr. Winston and my dad, who's a retired pastor, they said, you better go back in there and you better preach the gospel because the enemy is trying to take you out of your assignment.
Yes.
And so that's the only thing that kept me, because I was ashamed and I was hurting and people were lying. And it was, oh man, it was brutal. But I thank God that he kept us, I just thank him that I'm here. I'm thankful.
And you know what? And this makes me tear up so much because I'm watching you two, and I understand that. I understand how lonely ministry can be. I know how hard it is because people think that we don't make mistakes or think that, they write you off. People will write you off. And even if you're not in ministry, somebody's watching tonight and people have wrote you off, and you are allowing your shame and your guilt to keep God from bringing someone really great into your life. And if you're watching us four tonight, we are proof, man.
Yes.
You want what we got. I want everybody to feel this love that God created for a man and a woman to experience. So don't go through your life staying single because somebody broke your heart or somebody cheated on you or somebody wasn't there for you. Remember that rejection is God's protection. And sometimes he allows a relationship to end because where you're going, that other person's character couldn't keep up with your purpose. And he's going to bring somebody in your life that you can be in front of a camera like Vince and B and me and Angelo, and you can be talking about the goodness of God because you gave God a chance to bring someone in your life to love you like he loves the church.
That is so good.
It's good.
That is so good.
Boy, oh my God.
That is so good.
I love what you said. I used it on Sunday. You know, if you have a pulse,
God's got a plan.
I use this. I said, man, I said, if you walked in here and you got a pulse. God.
And I think it's okay, Vince and B. I think it's because we're proof. We're proof. Yeah. And I think it's okay. I think it's okay for you to, wish you would have done things differently. And maybe it was you, maybe your mouth, maybe you did cheat on your spouse. Maybe it was your own decisions that ruined a good relationship, but God is not putting a dunce cap on you.
That's
you
right.
got to learn from what you've walked through. And you got to let God heal you and let him bring somebody, because God is a good father, man. And he's the redeemer. And he doesn't count your wrongs. He doesn't make you pay for the rest of your life. You'll never be loved because of the way you treated your other spouse. That ain't true, y'all. When you really surrender to God and you say, God, forgive me from the inside out and make me who you wanted me to be in the beginning before I got involved.
Yes.
He will bring you the greatest love story on the planet.
Oh, I love that.
Words.
Woo.
I love that.
Prophesied.
That is good.
Speak it. Declare it. Decree it. Amen.
The greatest love story. I love that.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, you got
one. I got one more before we head out. So I know you guys use the gym, and I'm sure that's part of your self-care. But what are some other self-care that you guys utilize, and also that you can share with couples, things that they can do to continue to improve or just practice self-care as a couple, not individual, as a couple?
Right.
Well, I am very high maintenance.
Look at his face.
Yo, I went from a mohawk to literally last year started growing my hair out before Lo came in my life. And I didn't realize that I was so low maintenance. And now I'm with this man. I go get my lashes done. We get facials together. We go get pedicures together every 2 weeks, or at least once a month.
I don't remember facials, but
well, not facials, but massages.
Yeah, massage, my toes.
Yeah, we do all of that stuff. He didn't get a facial, but I did get a facial.
I'll sit in. I do.
But he'll sit right there. Yeah. It is being intentional. I mean, this big old 6'5" bulky man will sit in a, and he will even say, "Is it time for our pedicures?" And he says, "Make sure everybody knows I'm a man's man." Yeah. But it's a bonding, you know.
Yeah.
So we go do lots of fun stuff together. We literally go to the gym. We escape together. We turn our phones off together. We watch movies together. Yeah. We're intentional, and we're going to be intentional forever, y'all. It's not just because we've been together a year.
Yeah, concerts, everything.
Concerts.
Went to Great Reporter probably December, so it's kind of just to get out. I mean, it's more, and then like you said, trying to introduce, she introduced me to so much, and I want to show her so much of my world of sports. So we watch football and stuff.
I watch football.
Yeah. So we try to I'm getting her into.
You stretch your hands this way.
Well, y'all been together for a minute. Y'all been together a minute.
Yeah. Can you stretch your hands this way?
Yeah.
Can you?
I just want him to. I want him to always include me. I don't want him to be like, I'm going to go to the Super Bowl, and I'm sure Kim don't want to go. Oh yes, I do. I'm gonna be sitting right there with all the garb on, and I'm Yelling is loud, so I'm
You're gonna,
learning.
you're gonna be doing your Britney Spears.
She said, "Oh yes, I do."
Oh
I
yeah.
am definitely the president of his fan club, and I'm
Oh, I love it. I love
Yes,
it.
absolutely.
That is good. I love how you said you turn your phones off
Yeah.
and being intentional. I think that's a biggie, especially with like, just cell phones in general, like
We were
people
listening
calling,
to-
social media, whatever. I think we're gonna take that.
Who was that? That
We
was
need to do better at it. We don't
It
do.
was-
Look, we ain't doing a
Mel
whole lot
Robbins.
well.
Huh?
It was Mel Robbins.
No, what happened?
That she was talking about, when you wake up in the morning,
Oh
she
yeah.
said your cell phone should not be the first thing that you touch.
Yeah.
He said, because you're going to allow, he said,
Yeah,
you
you can
wouldn't
see around.
allow all those people to walk in your bedroom and
Yeah.
let you
All that.
Yeah.
brushing your teeth
Yeah.
and doing your thing and walking around getting ready. He
Yeah.
said, so put that cell phone aside.
Yeah.
We were listening. So we're, up in the morning, listening to certain things, whether it's Mel Robbins or Myron Golden,
Oh yeah, I love them.
Yeah.
I know. And so, but this morning, Mel said that.
Yeah.
And that is so, you have to be intentional about that.
Because
Yeah.
I really believe that played a
Yeah, you
huge
do.
part in my failure, failings in the last relationship. Was I didn't do that. I didn't
Right.
I didn't put ministry first. And one thing that I've discovered is people will ride with you until the gas runs out.
That's
and then
right.
where they at? But that partner
Yeah.
is going to be with you forever.
Yeah, because I used to pick up from the airport and she'll be on the phone. I say, what they saying about me? He
Yeah.
said, what? What are you talking about? I said,
There
yeah,
you
because
go.
you've been on your phone and stuff. What they saying about me on there?
I know.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Love, I'm
Yeah.
gonna take that line. I'm gonna take that line.
I'm
Yeah.
like, what they
I'm gonna
talking
take
about
that
me?
line.
Yeah.
We got to take that. Yeah. I'm like, because you can get wrapped up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's so good. That's a great self-care tip,
Yeah.
especially for couples. Just put the phone down and sit there and just talk to each other and tell your partner how much you love them.
And
Yeah.
I've learned how to listen, y'all, because this man gonna give me all the details.
Mhm.
And I'm the type that get to the bottom, get to the. And I have discovered that
She likes telling stories too.
you gotta listen, Kim. And so now I listen. I'm like,
Yeah.
every single detail matters to him. And so I ask myself, are you gonna be good with this forever?
Yeah.
Okay, then start now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Because you're always like on the go, like, okay, next. So I definitely understand your mind is always going.
Yeah.
And I think Vince is also like a thinker, so he's always going. And I like to share my day. So like sometimes when I'm getting off of work on my way home, I'm sharing.
And hey, and he don't lift his voice ever, so he talks at this monotone all the time. And I'm like,
I love it. I love it. But those are the little things that make your day. Because when I get off work too, like I'm like, okay, first person I'm gonna call is like Vince, and
She
just
calls
share
me.
my day, and because it's that person, means the world to you. So
That's why I take her a pistachio latte and drop it off at work.
oh, I love that.
yeah,
It's important, y'all. It's important to listen and man, learn what they love. What is their love language, and
right.
operate in that.
That's right.
So I have a quick question. So Angelo, what is her favorite color?
Pink and
What else?
That purple is one, and red. She got a few.
Pink's my favorite.
Yeah, pink. Yeah, I did say pink.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is his favorite color?
Brown.
Okay.
He
Okay.
loves brown.
Yeah.
Okay. I love it.
What's y'all's? What's Vince's?
Navy blue.
What is B?
Hers is green,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
like a hunter, like a green. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Way to
Yeah.
go, y'all.
I know. One of the things I always like ask couples is like, what is your anniversary date? Because for some reason, people forget. And so
Vince, don't tell me you forget.
No, last week, she blew it last week. I'm like, no, it's August the 2nd. She's like, is it the 4th? Is it the 3rd? Is it one day that week? You know, somewhere in those 7 days, we got married. I'm like, no, it's August the 2nd. And I had to pull out my phone
yeah.
and show her I had it calendarized and show her. So
I said, oh, I got to put it in my calendar.
I'm like, come on.
So that's a tip for you guys. Make sure you put your anniversary on your calendar so you
This
don't.
man remembers everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember everything. She go back and try to remember the tag number, and I tell her like T1, L1.
Yeah.
He knows everything.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
that's cool.
I
That's
love
I'm like
it.
Law and Order. I got it all here.
Oh,
Wow, that's cool.
I love it.
Well,
Any parting words or just, I guess,
parting words,
comments, insight for couples?
revelation, impartation,
Yeah. Coming
jokes
from Angelo and Bishop Kim.
Love each other in that order. And for Real Talk Kim, I'm quite sure we got probably. I'm quite sure
That I got something to
she
say.
got something to say.
Yeah.
You know, I just would, everyone watching tonight, you know, this is a hope for you. This is, it doesn't matter if you've been in a marriage for 30 years, that you can literally start tonight. If you know how many divorces would not happen if instead of divorcing each other, we divorced our pride. And just learn how to love, you know, fall back in love with that person. Even if y'all in a struggle right now, learn to read the room when he's in that room. You know, learn to be his escape and not his duty. Learn each other. And if your spouse isn't, you're looking at us tonight being like, man, I wish my husband loved me like their husbands love them, or I wish my wife loved me like they honor her. You start. Don't wait for them to start. You start. You leave little love notes, write lipstick on the mirror, and feel stupid while you're doing it.
Yeah.
Just feel stupid. You would not believe what little acts of kindness and love will do. Even just questions like, how was your day today? Or a text throughout the day. Like, don't just throw each other away. Fall back in love. Love is not even an emotion. It's a choice. Love is going to come and it's going to go. And make sure that you tell yourself every day, you know, I want to throw him away, but baby, the pickings are very slim out here. It is hard out in these streets. Make it work. Fight for your marriage. Fight for your relationship.
Yeah.
And you know what? A lot of times I've discovered is when you really get vulnerable with your person, and you're not bleeding on them because of what your ex did. And you start just communicating, you know, I'm sorry I acted like this. I think it came from this.
Yeah.
And they will even help you unpack it because they love you.
Yeah.
And so don't go through life thinking you got to do it alone because maybe you've messed up already. No, you haven't. As long as you have a pulse, God's got a plan.
Amen.
That is so good.
You know, the Bible is so Bible, man,
Good.
where it says that the believing spouse, 1 Corinthians, that will sanctify the unbelieving. And sometimes we think that is only about an unsaved, but sometimes in a relationship, we become a little frail. And so because you're stronger at this time and you're a believer, that you're strong in the Lord, then you can sanctify me. You can cover me and you can get me back in right standing with the Lord. And I think sometimes instead of covering each other, we start exposing each other. We start uncovering each other. And so I think it's amazing. I'm so godly, just overjoyed about you all and just seeing the grace of God unfold.
Yes.
I wish she would kiss me like that on camera. She's gonna cover it up. I can't get no PDA.
Oh God.
Hey,
Y'all starting some stuff now. Y'all putting pressure on couples.
Gonna be
Look,
starting
hey, I've learned
something.
something.
Got to be starting something.
Hey, I've learned something. You gotta build your man up, man. You gotta
Yeah.
build him up. Like
Yeah.
I'm always telling him, you fine thing, man. You are. I ain't never been like that in my life.
What a difference.
Angelo's like, you got a reason now, girl.
Y'all,
Hey,
look
what a
what he's
difference.
doing.
You have never been like that because you ain't never been with him.
You are exactly right.
Yeah.
Look, this is what he does. He walks through our house, finding. Look. He's our DJ.
So
Oh, look at that.
Can y'all hear it?
Yeah.
This is what he does. He walks around.
Yeah.
We dance.
Oh, I love it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh my goodness.
Awesome.
I am so happy for you guys.
She'll sing to me and I'll sing back to her.
Uh-huh.
So,
I love it. We're gonna be like this forever.
yeah.
Gotta be.
So you sing to him?
Shadows of your smile
Oh.
will always remain. And he can't sing.
Oh
This is
yeah.
love. Hey, this is love.
That's all you need, right? Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow. Well, good.
Man.
No, okay,
Yeah.
we're getting off.
That's okay. That's good.
No, I love it.
We want this. We want this because we're not trying to script what we're doing. We want to be impromptu in some places and spaces and show how we're able to
Candid conversation.
just have just a real candid dynamic conversation about how we are in love, how we're falling in love, how we even navigate the crisis of love as well. And I just tell her, I say, I do understand that me loving you is a choice.
Yeah.
So, and that means that there are times when I have to love you and you have to love me through the times when we're not most lovable.
Yes.
So you don't have to worry about me throwing in the towel and saying I'm through with you, because I know what agape, I know what that means.
Yeah.
I know what that means. Yeah.
So good.
Happen.
I had so much fun with y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys.
Thank
and
you.
Man, we're looking forward to more of you guys. So I definitely want to, you said for the past month or so, you guys have been doing some podcasts together. Okay, so we'll definitely, guys,
it's on my YouTube channel, Real Talk Kim YouTube channel.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
So if you guys want to catch more about Real Talk Kim and Angelo, catch her on YouTube. I know you have your podcast website. You want to share all the things?
She let me talk a little bit on there. So.
So if you want to know more about Angelo.
Yes. Angelo, what I want you to do is have your music ready.
Yeah.
And the next time, throw on a little Diana Ross. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. I'm the DJ too,
Oh my God.
I'm a music guy. I'm the DJ, so
I
got a song for everything.
Hey, I can tell.
That man's got a song for everything.
I got a song for everything, man. I that was my major in college. I worked at the radio station, TV, so I'm the music guy, man.
So you need to walk around your house putting love songs on.
Yeah.
I just started singing them.
Yeah,
man.
he starts singing.
Oh, I forgot he can sing.
He can sing.
Yeah. Well, awesome. We
right.
really God, we love you all. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Love you
Oh,
guys.
thank you, guys.
Thank you all for joining us.
Yes, thank you
Yes,
everybody
all of
who's
our
joined.
online family. I didn't put all the call-in numbers and stuff up. We got so engrossed in us sharing that I wasn't a good production director tonight. So watch this. So I had a thing for, hey, there's
Oh, I
Angelo
know,
and
right.
Bishop Kid. And all that stuff. And I had it
There it
all,
is.
and I just blew it. Text.
Then you could text questions. We need to work Q&A,
I
but
blew
it's
it.
all good.
I blew it.
I'm sure you guys
Don't
will be
worry.
back.
Hey guys, love
Later,
you
Love
guys.
y'all.
later will be greater.
There you go.
Later
Hey,
will
we'll
be
have
great.
to bring you back on when you
Later
guys are
will be
married.
greater.
We're gonna come back. Y'all
Yeah.
invite us back.
Yeah.
Okay.
We will do it. We will do it. Bless
Love
you all.
Thank
y'all.
you guys.
All right, all of our That's the Way Love Goes family. God bless you all. Thank you for being here. And we will see you next week for episode 4
Yes.
right here on That's the Way Love Goes. Y'all have a great evening.
That's the way love. That's the way love. That's the way love goes.